Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Annie with Annie's Hoya Jungle, and today I want to show you all of my big leafed Hoyas that are in my collection. I don't think I realized how many big leafed Hoyas I have in my collection until I got ready for this video and started pulling them all out of my cabinets. So there is going to be quite a few. This video may be a little bit long, but I think you may enjoy all of the Hoyas that I'm going to show you today. So the first Hoya I am going to start off with is my Hoya Colton Calamantin. I never know if I'm saying this correctly, but this is her. She is pretty big compared to my hand. This is what she looks like. Okay, the next Hoya I want to show you is a cutting that I'm propagating from my mother plant, and this cutting is huge, like it's big. This is Hoya Vitllinoides. I have it written on here, Vitllinoides. Is that how you say it? Sorry, why is that cup going like that? Let me know how to pronounce this, guys. Vitllinoides, maybe? But this is her. These leaves are humongous, like much bigger, much bigger than my whole hand. Hoya Vitllinoides. Did I say that right? Vitllinoides? I don't know. It's fine. These names are crazy anyway. My next Hoya is my Hoya Viola. And Hoya Viola is a cross between Hoya and Hoya Vitellina. This specific cutting came to me with this heart-shaped leaf like a Dakie, but they normally put leaves out like this shape and closer to this one as well. But these leaves can get really big. Like this specific leaf right here is probably the size, bigger than the size of my palm. So she is a pretty big leaf in my opinion. And I'm hoping once the new growth comes out that I can get bigger leaves. It looks like she's got new growth coming out, or a new growth point right there. I think that's about it. I don't see any other growth points anywhere right now, but yeah, that is Hoya Viola. This next Hoya you've seen in one of my unboxing videos, and I'm pretty excited to show you, kind of give you an update too, but she is a big leaf Hoya, and it's my Hoya Sulawesi GPS 8867. If you guys remember, this came to me with the leaf bent, and so this is what the scarring looks like right now after it's healed. And I did end up putting, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I put some tape on the back of the leaf just to help it, you know, stay more secure. She's, you know, healed over like this, and I don't mind it. You know, it gives it character, I suppose. She also looks like she's sun stressing at the top here. I have her pretty close to the grow light. She's probably like 2 inches from the grow light. So I'll post a picture of what these look like sun stressed, but they are absolutely gorgeous. And these leaves, I mean, this leaf alone is big. So they can get much bigger as the plant matures. And so I'm hoping with this new growth that's coming in at the top, that it does grow out to be much bigger than this one. And she's got really good roots as well. She's just in cocoa chips right now. She seems to like that. And she's also got a new growth point right there as well. That's gonna be very exciting to see this one grow. This next Hoya I'm very excited about because it's a little bit of a recent purchase for me and it's already putting out new growth. It's vining out and pushing out new leaves, and that is Hoya Joy. So if you guys remember, she came to me with just these 2 leaves. And since I've had her, I'm pretty sure I got her in January. Since I've had her, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new leaves that she is working on right now, but she is a big leaf. This is the size of the leaf that I received when it shipped to me, and I consider them to be big. And the pictures that I've seen online show Hoya Joy to be a big leafed Hoya. So I'm really excited to see what all of this new growth is gonna look like. And I'll have to update you guys on that too. But this is her root system. It looks like she is very happy because she has roots coming up from the bottom here. And she has all brand new roots everywhere. So she's doing really good and I'm so happy. She brings me joy. My Hoya Joy brings me joy. She really is a good Hoya. I highly recommend you guys have Hoya Joy in your collection. My next Hoya I'm pretty excited about. I traded for this Hoya, and it's a one that I've seen circulating on Instagram lately. I saw a picture one day of it and I just absolutely fell in love with the splash and the leaf type. I posted on social media that I was in search of and that I was, wanting to trade. My friend Becky with the Good Garden out in California had one and she wanted to trade one of my plants with her Snow Queen, and so she sent me this one. She is so cute, you guys. Look at all that splashing on this leaf. And this is just a cutting. It's a rooted cutting, but she sent it to me bare root, so I have it in my chunky mix that I make. But she looks like she's already pushing out new growth right there. And she's got a few nodes where it looks like she's trying to also push out new growth. So she is doing really good. She seems really happy. This is Hoya Latifolia Snow Queen.
And obviously, because I'm a psychopath, I couldn't just have one cutting of Hoya Latifolia Snow Queen. I had to have 2. Because why not, right?
This next Hoya I want to show you guys is a Hoya that's pretty similar to Hoya Viola that I showed you guys a little while ago, but it's also different. This is Hoya Viola Seedling. This Hoya is a cross between Hoya Viola and Unknown. The story behind this Hoya is that the seeds came from the mother plant that lives in Puerto Rico. The lady keeps all of her Hoyas outside in her backyard. They basically all pollinate each other. This could be a cross with any other Hoya. I'm not sure. She doesn't know. I don't think we will ever know. I find seedlings to be very interesting because their flowers could be different. Their leaves most definitely are always different than, I guess, what you would consider an original Hoya. These are the 2 newest leaves that grew in my care, and they're huge compared to these little ones that were shipped to me. I think these leaves are huge and they do look like a viola leaf, but they also do look different. So I am gonna be very curious when, hopefully, if I can get this to flower. I'm gonna be very curious to see what the flowers look like and if we could figure out who the father is, really. I'm okay with never finding out because I think it's such a cool looking Hoya. My next Hoya, I don't think I've ever shown it to you guys in any of my videos because I have chopped and propped this one and I was waiting for it to become bushier before I showed it, and I think she's there. This is my Hoyaobavada. Well, she was sold to me as Hoyaobavada Splash, which, like, I can see it because there are leaves that are splashy. I do have a true Obavada Splash that is very, very splashy. I think this is just a regular Obavada that has some splash on it. It arrived to me with 4 leaves. It was this one, this one, this one, and this leaf right here. Since then, she's, you know, branched out and put out a bunch of new leaves. And so I decided that she looked a little too leggy. I wanted her to be more bushier. So I chopped her a few months ago and I just stuck those cuttings right back in the pot. And she rooted right away. I was impressed with how quickly she rooted and how quickly she started pushing out new growth. She's got new growth here. And then if I turn it around right there, and then all of these leaves up here, this is all new. That's all new growth right there. So she is doing really good and she's working hard on pushing out those new baby leaves. And I am just so proud of her. She's come a long way since her little 4 baby leaves from last year. My next Hoya is Hoya Sensus. She has put out big leaves for me since I got her. This leaf down here is a cutting that I took from her probably about a month ago now, and I stuck it right back in the pot. And she's rooted because she's not even coming out of there. I have also cut this. I cut it up here actually. It had 4 huge leaves and I cut those and I sold them. So since I cut her up here, she has put out this whole new leaf here. And she's also working on a little baby leaf right there. She also has a peduncle, but I accidentally didn't water her enough. She dropped all her blooms. Hopefully I can get her to activate that peduncle again and get her to flower for me. This is a pretty big leaf. Compared to my hand, this is the size of that leaf. And it's not fully matured yet. It's still very soft. I am pretty sure that it's gonna get bigger than this leaf that it put out here. So this is Hoya Sensus. My next Hoya is another seedling. This one is a Clandestina seedling. And she's put out so much new growth since I've gotten her. I have actually cut her probably 5 times already, and she just continues to push out new growth. This leaf is her newest leaf that she's still working on. It's not fully hardened off yet, so it is a pretty big leaf, and I anticipate that it's gonna get much, much bigger than what it is right now. My next big leaf Hoya is Hoya Finley Splash. This one, it came to me with these big leaves down here. And so since I've gotten her, she's put out this whole vine that I had to trellis and these new leaves here. These leaves are smaller than the leaves down here, but I think it's because I had it in my cabinet under grow lights and the grow lights were like very close to the leaves. I think that's why these leaves are much smaller than these big ones here. I would say she's an average grower. She hasn't really put out new leaves since these three, so I'm not sure what she's working on. Maybe she's trying to acclimate to living outside of the cabinet, which is fine, but it's already been like at least a month, so get with the program, girlfriend. But otherwise, yeah, I really like this Hoya. It's very easygoing. My next Hoya is the one that you guys have seen already in one of my a few of my previous videos, but I just love showing this one off because she is a big leafed Hoya, but she has put out a new leaf that has finally hardened off, and it is pretty big. And so I kind of wanted to give you guys an update, but also show you a big leafed Hoya. And that's my Hoya Globulosa. This is her newest leaf that she has just put out and has just hardened off. As you can see, it's very long. It's probably definitely longer than my hand. Wait, maybe like this. There we go. So she is, I consider it to be a big leaf Hoya. The new leaves, when they come out, they grow so slow. Oh my gosh, this leaf, this one specifically took at least a month. I want to say longer than a month. I'll have to go back and look and I'll put it on the screen, but I think it took at least a month for this whole leaf to grow out and finally harden off and look the way that it does. She has new growth coming out here. She also has new growth coming out at the top of the stem there. I'll have to record and see. I guess I could start from today's date and just kind of like see how long it's gonna take for that new growth and this new growth up here to grow out. But yeah, this is Hoya Globulosa. The last large leaf Hoya I want to show you is my Hoya Sarawak. This one came to me with these two and this leaf here. And so it grew this leaf, and it also is growing this one because it hasn't hardened off yet. She's also working on a vine and new growth right there. It was sold to me as just Hoya Sarawak, so I'm not quite sure which one this one is, so I'll just have to wait and see if it blooms for me, what those blooms look like, and then I can say for sure which type of Sarawak this is. Thank you guys so much for taking the time and watching all of my videos, including this one. If you haven't yet, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out a lot. And I hope that I see you in the next video. Bye.